Hi, I'm Angela H. Brown, Executive Director of Craft Lake City. Today, we're producing fun science videos for Utah students at schools in partnership with Google Fiber.
Hi, I'm Melissa from Make Salt Lake, a makerspace here in Utah. And today I'm here with Craft Lake City in partnership with Google Fiber. And we're going to be teaching you how to make a DIY compost box. The supplies you're going to need for this project are any airtight container. I'm just using an old cruddy Rubbermaid. A drill, and you're going to need a grown-up to help you with this. Or if you don't have a drill, you can also use a hammer and nails. And then when we're done, you're gonna need some gross things like yucky spinach. You will be taking your container, your box, your canister, whatever it is, and we need to drill some small holes in the top and the bottom. The holes in the bottom are so that any moisture that needs to can drain out, and the holes in the top are because when those decomposers start to break down the organic matter that you've put inside, they need a place for that gas to escape. Again, get a grown-up to help you with this step. And we need to drill anywhere from about 3 to 10 holes depending on the size of your container. You just need to be nice and careful, drill straight down. One in the middle. Once you have enough holes in the lid, you're just gonna flip it over and we need to add those drainage holes into the bottom. This is one of the reasons why I have an extra lid. You want to make sure that you have something underneath. One of the important things that's going to help your decomposers to break down this organic matter is moisture. The moisture is going to escape through those drainage holes. So make sure that you have a plate or you're keeping this outside on the porch somewhere that you're not going to make a giant mess. The first thing that you want to add into your new compost bin is going to be something that's really dry with a lot of air mixed in. All right, so once you find your handy dandy dry material, mulch, leaves, twigs, whatever, you are going to add a nice chunk of it into the bottom of your bin. Break it up. Again, you want as much air in there as possible. That's a big component of the matter state change where you're going to be breaking down your stuff into dirt. Ooh, we've got some little decomposers in there, you guys. Very cool. Start with your dry material. Next, I need to go get some dirt. So just regular old healthy dirt. So we're going to add the dirt in on top of that loose dry material. So it's got a nice little covering. And now we're ready for the magic. You're gonna go on a scavenger hunt in your own house. So in my house, especially in the kitchen, I found a lot of great things for compost. When you are making compost, you wanna stay away from anything that has any animal products in it. You want plant products in your compost because the decomposers that are attracted by animal products are just too icky. We don't want them in our bin. There's some things that are amazing for this that you can find in your fridge, that you can find in your cupboards, that you can find in your yard, but there's a lot of things that don't work so well. So we put together a list for you. Here's a list of the things that are perfect for home composting, and then here's a list of things that don't work so well. I found some spinach. Ew. Look how gross this is. It's totally about to go bad. I also found some bananas that I was getting ready to make banana bread. I let them get way too ripe and they started to get moldy. So mold is actually one of our decomposers. Air, along with those decomposers, plays a really critical role in helping your organic material, your things that come from plants, break down into its new state of matter, which is going to be compost and then soil. So something you can do that helps incorporate air and helps things break down more easily is actually chopping it up into smaller pieces. So I'm gonna take this yucky spinach and we're gonna cut it up. And that way, this awesome nutrient-dense compost is gonna be ready even sooner for me to use in my garden and so that I can grow more fresh veggies and beautiful flowers. And we're gonna get our compost bin and dump it right on top. Okay, now let's talk for a minute about what those decomposers are. I mentioned worms, but who can think of some other examples? While we're trying to think, I actually have some compost that's been decomposing in my yard. So let's look for some decomposers in here while we think of ideas. I think I've got some big juicy worms, but there's other important stuff in here too. Look at this, guys. Check it out, I found a new friend for us. What should we name him? Oh, look at that, worms are so cool, you guys. Watch it, he's gonna crawl right in. All the things that we're finding in this material are called decomposers, and the thing that decomposers do for the ecosystem is they break down the dead stuff, like our spinach and our bananas, and they return those nutrients into the soil so that new plants can grow and take those nutrients back for themselves. One of the things that's important about doing things from home, like creating a DIY compost bin or trying to reduce the waste, the things that you throw away, is that human activities, everything from agriculture and farming, industry, factories, manufacturing, and the things that we do in our everyday life have had major effects on the land. This goes for the vegetation, streams, ocean, the air, and even outer space. Can you believe it? But individuals and communities like me and you and everyone else here in Utah and all over the place are doing really cool things to help protect Earth's resources and environments. So the thing that you're gonna have at the end of your compost journey with this bin is some healthy, awesome soil that you can plant new stuff in, and it'll have all the nutrients that it needs to be healthy. Blech. Ew. So I was gonna use banana bread to make use of these overripe bananas, and as you can see, I just left them for too long. This is perfect because not only does this add more nutrients to my compost, but look how much moisture is in there. Just like air and just like decomposers, moisture is a really important part to this piece of the ecosystem. I do still need to rip them apart just like we did with the spinach, so bear with me. The mold's gonna be awesome because that's another example of a helpful decomposer. So the mold is just loving it. It's having a party on these nasty bananas, and it's breaking those nutrients down into a form that can be incorporated back into the soil again. I'm gonna put a little bit in there. Here's a good example of something that you don't want to include in your compost. Once your bin is all full, you need to leave it somewhere safe. We're gonna put that lid on with the air holes. Now this is gonna get a little stinky, so the best place that you can leave it is definitely outside, on the porch, on the deck, somewhere that animals won't get into it, and you wanna keep an eye on it. Every few days, you're gonna come back and we're actually gonna wanna shake it up to get everything broken apart and help those decomposers along. So that's why I saved an extra lid for my composter. So when I'm ready to shake it, I'm gonna swap out lids. If you have only one lid with holes, you can also just cover it with tape so that you can shake your composter without stuff going everywhere. In fact, I still have my moisture holes on the bottom, so I'm gonna wanna cover those up with your fingers or with a piece of tape, and then you're gonna shake it around. Then just keep an eye on it. Pretty soon you're gonna have healthy, awesome dirt, and now you have a really great way to conserve and reuse some of that stuff that was just gonna go bad and get thrown away otherwise. Thanks so much for watching today, you guys. I hope you had an amazing time. I hope you get a chance to get hands-on and ooey and gooey and sticky and stinky like I did. Make sure you check out craftlakecity.com for so much more really cool STEM tutorials and hands-on activities. They've got everything from science, technology, engineering, math, crafting, DIY, and so much more. I'll see you over there.